Aonia, this is Miss Mioux with the Big Garden, and today I am here to talk with you about how to read a seed packet.
All seed packets will have at least 5 bits of information. The sun requirements, which go from everything from full sun to partial to shade. Soil moisture, which means how wet your soil is or how dry it is. When to plant, whether to start indoors or direct seed outdoors. The depth to plant the seed and the spacing between the seed. Today we'll take a close-up look at 5 different seed packets from 5 different seed companies that we use here at the Big Garden. We'll begin with Johnny's selected seeds. Right here we are looking at a package of wildfire lettuce mix. Right under the wildfire lettuce mix you'll see Lactuca sativa, which is the botanical name for this particular type of lettuce, which is always good to know. You'll also see the sticker there at the bottom that has the germ rate of 99% and when it was tested. This is pretty much saying that when they tested these seeds for viability, that 99% of the seeds germinated. So it has a great germination rate and you should get lots of crop out of it. Here's the back side where it talks about the culture, which includes everything from the sun requirements to the spacing to the depth of the seed. This is a seed packet from Botanical Interests, which is based out of Bloomfield, Colorado. You can see that it has a beautiful graphic of the plant. Right here we're looking at common milkweed, which is important for our monarch butterflies to thrive. On the front you'll also find the information about sun requirements, that it's a perennial, and this one tells you how tall it will get, which is 2 to 4 inches tall, 2 to 4 feet tall, and that it will bloom in the summer. The picture shows you what the bloom looks like. On the back, you will get another graphic of what the seedling will look like when it emerges, as well as the 4 other components, which are the spacing, the depth, when to sow outdoors or indoors, etc. The little paragraph goes even further into talking about the zones, the USDA zones that it should be planted in, which in this case it's 3 or warmer. It makes mention that it is deer resistant, and it gives a little bit of explanation about the flowers and the pods and why it's important to monarchs. So lots of good information on this one. And this is a common seed packet that you will find in lots of grocery stores and nurseries and things like that. This beautiful flower is the pasque flower, and it is from Prairie Moon Nursery out of Winona, Minnesota. You will see that on the front of the packet you have your sun requirement, your soil requirement, and a germination code between the 2 lines. That germination code is M. That is there because when Prairie Moon Nursery sends you seeds, they also send you a little booklet describing further what the germination code is for each seed. Because they're prairie plants, not all germination requirements are the same. This one with the letter M is telling me that this seed will be planted outside in the fall. So when I open that booklet will give me further information about depth and spacing and things like that. So on the back there is nothing, but that big red sticker is telling me to keep this seed refrigerated until fall time. Next up is Seed Savers Exchange. We are looking at a carrot, the red cord chutney carrot, which when you flip to the back, the botanical name is provided as well as a brief history of the seed and where it originated from. I really like Seed Savers Exchange and the way they use visual graphics to describe seed depth, seed spacing, how far you should space your rows apart, and this one even shows you a visual of what it means to thin your seedlings out. Small seeds are hard to grab individually, so carrots are very small, so at some point when the seedlings come up you have to thin that out so your carrots can get nice and big and not be too overcrowded. It furthers with instructions about the soil and how you should work the soil and how you should water, and lots of good and detailed information with Seed Savers. Last but not least, we have Meadowlark Hearth Organics, which is based out of western Nebraska and is actually located on the Ogallala Aquifer. Their packaging is simple. It is black and white, it is just on the front, and it gives you your 5 things: your sun requirement, soil, depth, spacing, and when to plant. All right, here's one more final look at the 5 seed packets that we just examined. Starting with Johnny's and its 4-color scheme, it will always have the botanical name as well as instructions for the home gardener all the way to the large-scale farmer. Seed Savers has lovely pictures of the final product. In this case, the purple potted pole bean. You can see the blooms, the pods, and on the back you will get a visual graphic of seed depth, spacing, how far to put your rows apart, and thinning. Prairie Moon Nursery, on the other hand, just puts information on the front and includes a germination code booklet with further instructions on when to plant, how to plant, etc. Botanical Interest is the seed company that you'll find in a lot of grocery stores and nurseries, and it gives you another graphic of the plant, covers all the 5 things that you need to know, and also includes some graphics on the back of what the seedling will look like. Meadowlark Hearth Organic, on the other hand, keeps it basic. It's a simple black and white, but has very detailed, simple instructions on how to plant. Remember, all seed packets will give you the following 5 things: your sun requirement, your soil moisture requirement, when to plant, depth of the seeds, and the spacing between each seed. If you wish to dive in further and learn more about the seeds and get more detailed instructions, I suggest you hop onto the website and see what they have to offer, and as well order a catalog, because if you have the seed packet, the catalog, and the website as a resource, you should pretty much have everything you need to know how to grow this seed properly. That's it, folks. I encourage you to go find a seed packet and practice what we just talked about. And happy planting. I'll see you next time. This is Miss Mioux.